What? Can't you see I'm busy playing my game here? Yes, I see you window shopping hopelessly for Amazon's newest voice control device, Show, which ships out in the US on June 28th. What do you want me to do? Stop dreaming, George. On top of the fact that you'd be on a pre-order list, it's gonna take much longer for it to actually get here. What just happened there? Why did George have the audacity to still proceed on putting an item in his Amazon shopping cart when it's so difficult to get it here in the Philippines? And why do I have a fancy chroma key background now? What's that, Frank? We need to look more professional now so our viewers would take us more seriously? Okay, fine. Anyway, let's get back to a more natural background. Aside from dealing with expensive international shipping costs, the hassle of going to a post office and paying for ridiculous taxation of imported goods is such a turn-off. Looks like George has something up his sleeves. Okay, fine. I'll tell them the secret about the cheapest and most convenient way on how to go shopping on Amazon.com while here in the Philippines. After we roll out the intro. So here's the thing. What George is trying to do earlier was just the first step in actually purchasing any item from Amazon or from any US-based online shopping website, and ultimately get it to our front door here in the Philippines. Aside from the fact that we found a very convenient way to do it, we also figured out how to do it without the need of dealing with importation taxes, paying a visit to our local post office, and saving a lot more money and time compared to purchasing the latest high-tech goods locally. This is Barry, your sort of anonymous but definitely awesome host. And in this video, George and I will show you how we here at ThinkTank TV PH shop for the latest gadgets and gizmos abroad and getting them here months ahead of when local distributors and retailers introduce it to the Philippine market. And as a disclaimer, the companies we will mention are not sponsors, as if ThinkTank TV PH is that popular to have sponsors to begin with. We're doing this guide/tutorial to share to you our test-proven and most efficient way to get our tech safely here in Pinas from abroad. Mind you, we've tried multiple ways, different logistical scenarios through other vendors, and even to the point where we had to decline certain government employee offers to slip a few hundred pesos under the table to evade importation taxes. Anyway, there are 3 things you need to have to make this work. Firstly, some kind of mode of payment needs to be taken care of. This could be with a credit card you already have, granted that you've informed your bank that you have authorized international transactions. This could also be done with PayPal. Quite a convenient way to get payments through, as long as you already have a bank account with PayPal's preferred banking partners like Union Bank or RCBC. But these mentioned modes of payments are unfortunately not easily attained by the average Filipino. In fact, according to a World Bank study done in 2014, 69% of Filipinos do not have bank accounts of their own or maintain one with someone else. That means only 3 out of 10 Filipinos actually put savings into a bank, and the remaining 7 are either hiding their riches under a mattress or not saving at all. What? Okay, I'll stop myself there. We don't want this video dinged for controversial content and disallow us to monetize our video. Now, to get back on track, we introduced to you a virtual prepaid debit card option with PayMaya where you won't need much requirements to open and to fund. You can simply download an app onto your iOS or Android smartphone, then go to your closest 7-Eleven to actually make a deposit. We won't get into the details of opening an account with PayMaya, but it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Check out Gadget Addict's link in the description below for his tutorial on how to get it done. You might be tempted to check out his other videos that's filled with really informative tech-related stuff, but wait, put a separate tab for his channel on your browser. We still have to focus on getting you to shop on Amazon the easiest and cheapest way possible. Speaking of Amazon, the second thing you need is an Amazon account. Once again, we won't bore you of the details on how to do it since YouTube is littered with many step-by-step videos on how to open up an account. Entrepreneur Girl explained it best at a minute 34 of her video link below. There are a couple of things we will be specific on how you open up an account, which are the addresses you will be using for your billing and your shipping. For the billing, the address is obviously going to be identical with the address you jotted down with PayMaya. On the other hand, the shipping address won't be the same. No, we're not asking you to place ThinkTank TV PH's headquarters on the address tab. I mean, don't get me wrong, we like getting free gifts from our viewers. But this video is for you, and for you to spoil yourself with tech bought with your hard-earned money. Jokes aside, it will be a US address of a forwarding company. Now, this forwarding company will be importing your tech at a fraction of the cost of overpriced international shipping charges. Well, there are several forwarding companies to choose from. We've tried several, and the one we found most convenient and most cost-effective is with Johnny Air Cargo. At a mere $6.49 per pound of your package's weight, not only do you get the item shipped to your front door from their US address, but that covers importation taxes and fees and the heavenly convenience without worrying about the paper trail and the hassle you may encounter with the post office. And when I mean hassle, I mean having to avoid going through lengthy wait times while on queue and to save us the weird and awkward stares when they rip the package open, anticipating a ticking time bomb to explode in our faces. Seriously, do I look suspicious to you? Anyway, going back to that US address, I would suggest to get in touch with your closest branch so they can recommend which US address to assign to you. This will also start a great relationship with one of their agents. They usually have certain perks and discounts if you stick with one contact. Fortunate for us, our agent is very accommodating to our needs, from informing us the status of our packages through email and text, to all the way to even personally bringing our items to our local address. Isn't she a sweetheart? So let's just say you got an address assigned to you. Time to save that in your Amazon address book, and that should be the bulk of setting up your Amazon account. Then finally, the fun begins. Go browse through Amazon's awesome deals, find what you've been drooling over, possibly the Amazon Echo that we talked about in our previous video. Add it to your shopping cart, proceed to checkout, place your order, make sure that your billing information coincides with your PayMaya details on your app, make sure you select free or the cheapest shipping option to your US address, get all giggly with the confirmation number, wait on your confirmation email for the actual shipping, forward that email to your Johnny Air Cargo agent, wait about 10 days to 2 weeks, eat, sleep, go to the bathroom, go get some work done, go play some CSGO, get a text from your Johnny Air Cargo agent that the item is on its way to you. Now breathe it all in. Smile. Open the door. Hand the agent the shipping COD payment. Sign the receipt. Open the package. Voila! You have now completed your very first Amazon purchase. Wasn't that just easy peasy? Well, for the most part, yes. I do have one gripe with Johnny Air Cargo, which is not being able to pay them with US dollars in hand. Their exchange rate is a bit higher than the daily Forex rate, but according to our JAC agent, this may change in the near future. Crossing fingers to that savings. Speaking of savings, what if I told you we found a way to save you at least 14% and up to 30% of your next purchase and future purchases through Amazon? Okay, now don't get too excited. The video is getting too long, and explaining this other secret would take at least another 10 minutes. We'll save that juicy info for another episode. So let's just wrap up this PayMaya, Amazon, and Johnny Air Cargo guide to awesome international online shopping. There are links below the description of the gear we purchased, and the links to PayMaya, Amazon, and Johnny Air Cargo for more specific information about each company. We hope you enjoyed our guide so much that it's making you itch to go smash that like button. But if you didn't, well hey, go hit that dislike button so we can see how much more room we have to improve. But we'd prefer that you don't, because we'd want to get you to subscribe. Click on the notification settings, write a comment below too, and tell us what tech you'll be buying after watching this video. Until then, this is Barry, your not so anonymous but ever so awesome host, And George signing off for ThinkTank TV PH, where we enjoy taking tech from all over the world and fitting it in a Pinoy budget meal. If you think it, we'll make it.